Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Igama lami ngoNtando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sifunde iy'ncwadi ey'bhalwe ngolimi lwethu lwesiZulu bese siza la sokhuluma ngazo lezo y'ncwadi. Sixoxele laba phela abangenaso isikhathi sokuthi bay'funde nalaba abanqenayo nje ukufunda. Siyaphinda futhi sibuke ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama-reviews or ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga-any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Uma ngabe okokuqala usijoyina and you really like our content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi bese uyaphinda upressa i-notification bell eduze kuka-subscribe ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Guys, today I want to talk about this story that is going on. Sika Busta 929. I don't even know any of his music. He's supposed to be a musician, I think. And there's been stories before of him allegedly being suspected of having sexual relationships with underage girls. This is not the first story. There's been a number of stories. And guys, I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. We don't know what's going on there, but there's definitely smoke. And the smoke has been seen more than once. And right now, there are allegations that he has. Impregnated one girl that is 17 years old, and apparently his age is around 29, 30 years old. That is like an old man. And obviously, a lot of the YouTubers that were doing the story yesterday were referencing post ka Musa Khawula, you guys. I do think it's a lot of the stories Musa Khawula might be true, but I do think that we have to be honest in saying that we don't know for sure that all of the stories that he posts about 100% true, because not every story that he posts he has receipts for. So this is one of the stories that he posted. But I think that for this particular story, what makes me want to believe that it's something that might possibly be true is because there's been allegations previously about this guy. There's been videos that were out and photos that were out of him with underage girls, and for some of them he has provided explanations as to why those kids were around him, and he would talk about doing music with these kids. But the most interesting thing about him is that it's never boys, it's always girls around him, and he says that he's doing music with them. So it makes me think that you never really find a talented boy, it's all talented girls. Like, really, you want us to think that that's it? But that is the story that is going around, you guys. But for me, I mean, a lot of people have been calling for him to get arrested. They say it's about time that he gets arrested now. And I was watching Slick Talk. He was talking about the same thing. And my thing about it is, like, sometimes I think as a South African, I really just, when it comes to crimes that relates to violation of women, you guys, I manage my expectations when it comes to our law and our justice system. Because one thing that I know about South Africa is that our court system do not take rape seriously enough. Our justice system, our police, our community leaders, and our communities, nobody takes rape as seriously as they should. And it's even worse when it comes to statutory rape, because there is rape where a person is any person, basically. If someone violates you that way against your will, that is rape. But a statutory rape means that you had a sexual intercourse with somebody who is not at an age where they can consent to sex, whether that person agreed to having that experience with you or not, it is still rape. And so if they're not take that's just generally, if rape is not taken seriously in South Africa, it's even worse when it comes to statutory rape. So for me, I can hear the calls of people saying that this guy is going to must get arrested now. But I know, being a South African, that it is something that is really unlikely to happen. It is unlikely to happen. So, but then, watching these videos and looking at the comment sections of other people's videos on YouTube, one thing that really concerns me, guys, is that yes, we are looking at a case Busta 929, but there are so many Busta 929s in South Africa. There's so many. Some are famous and some are not. And you see this in the comment sections, honestly. And it's not just men. It's the 9 to 9. There's women and there's men, and it's so scary. And one thing that I've picked up is that, of course, a lot of people think that it's wrong for him to be having these relations with kids that are underage. But there's also a lot of people that are defending him in these comment sections. And a lot of them, one of the things that I've seen more than once is people saying, listen, in South Africa, the age of consent is 16. So it's actually not a crime for him to have impregnated that girl who is 17 years old. And that for me is the scariest part, you guys, because that means that people will not have sex with kids only because the law says that they must not have sex with kids. Like, it just means that it's not that, like, as a person, that it is immoral to have that type of a relationship with a child. You know, that should be the thing that stops you as a person from even thinking about having that kind of a relationship with somebody that is a child, whether the law says that it's okay or not. The fact that people can use our law, which obviously all of us can see that there's something wrong here. This is something that was probably put in place by men who wanted to have the option to violate young girls, because you don't know why that age of consent was not put as 18 when in other countries it's 18. Why in South Africa it is 16? I feel like it's because that was a law that was probably put in place by mostly men who said that that was okay at 17. But the fact that they did that doesn't make it right. And for a lot of men to use that as a defense, it means that when you look at a child and see a child as sexy, like, and you look at a child and want to have a sexual relation with a child, there is something wrong with you. There is something wrong. What if the age of consent was 12 years old? What if it was 8 years old? What if it was 6 years old? Would you think that it's okay to do it just because the law says that it's okay to do it? That is something that is so scary for me, that people are defending him and saying that no, and if you're defending him, it makes me feel like maybe now there are times when you look at children that way. You look at children as people that you can have sexual experiences with. That is like the scariest thing for me, you guys. And the fact that there's so many people that are defending him with just that. What if tomorrow we woke up and the law had been changed and it was like, what, there's no age of consent anymore, like anybody can have sex with anybody? Does that mean that all of these men will be going out and having sex with kids because now they are not scared of going to jail? Shouldn't it be like your morals that guide you in these things, to say this is a child? Yes, the law says that she is over 16, she can consent, but this is a child. And it's one thing for that 17-year-old to be pregnant by somebody, by another child who's 17 years old. It's another thing for that child to be pregnant and it's an old grown up man that is 29, 28, 30, 35. It's another thing. And it's really is scary, you guys, because it means that our kids are not safe and they are being approached by these men at ages where they are not even matured enough to make decisions that are wise, that can protect themselves. And this is somebody that is a celebrity, you guys. And we know how it's like when, teenagers meet people that are celebrities. Are they even capable of making decisions that will protect them and decisions that are wise? And it is really scary. But the scary part is that we could be looking at this guy because he's a celebrity, but in our societies there is so many of these men that are going as young as they can possibly get away with it in violating our kids. And the saddest part about South Africa is that nobody takes it seriously, because if anybody did, they would have seen already that there is an issue here in saying that the age of consent in South Africa when it comes to sex is 16. Like, I have a 17-year-old, and no way I'm thinking that she's going around, having sexual experiences with people that are over 30. You know what I mean? Because she really is a child. Like the way that she makes decisions, I can still see that this is a child. She still needs my guidance. So that is a scary situation for me. That is a scary part for me when it comes to this situation. Of course, what is alleged is for me is scary that this guy, if he's doing it, that he seems to be getting away with it. And at this point, he really already knows that people know that he's doing it. And the fact that nobody has taken any action against him, he knows that he can get away with it. And I feel like this is not going to be the first case. And this is not the first case, but this is not going to be the last. That is the unfortunate part. But guy, like something is wrong with you. Like something is wrong with you. Something is wrong. You need help. Like something is wrong with you. If you're looking at a child and you're thinking about sex, something is wrong with you. Now, if you are in some comment section defending this guy, basing it on the fact that the law allows him to do this nonsense, then there's something wrong with you. Even if you are a woman, if you are defending him, saying that the law allows it, so it's okay. You Something is like seek help. Like I'm not even joking, you guys. Like seek help. If you're looking at a child and you're thinking anything sexual, like see somebody, because these are the things that lead to people abusing our kids instead of protecting our kids. I do hope, like everybody else, that there's consequences to this guy's action if everything that is being said is true. But I don't want to lie, guys. I do not have any hope that that is going to happen because we live in South Africa. In South Africa, you can be raped, and there can be footage that you were raped, and your rapist is on footage raping you, but you will spend 12 months in the court system, even more than that, in the court system being questioned about being raped. You will be questioned more than the rapist will be questioned about being raped. This is the country we live in. So as much as I want to be hopeful in saying that this guy will probably get arrested at some point, I doubt it because there's people that have done even worse that are roaming our streets and they are still doing the worst to women, to kids, and nothing is being done to them. And I think the bottom line here is that our justice system is not fair to women. Our justice system doesn't protect us and doesn't protect our kids. Anyway, you guys, that was my video for today. Please like it before Pumegiona. Share the video with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ngimithanda kakhulu.